Hello everyone. Today episode we are going to cook Thai food. It's called Pad Si Ew, and this is the noodle I'm gonna use. And we're gonna go over with what ingredients that I choosing for doing my Pad Si Ew dish, which is just whatever on sale in the store, and went to the Asian market with getting some different vegetable, and I'll show you what it is. So first of all, when you at a grocery store at Asian market, you're gonna look for this one. It's called YY, and this is $2.19, and it's come with a bunch of it. So what you want, this one, so I'm gonna soak this first to make sure the noodle is soft. So I'm just gonna take one of this bowl, and then so I'm just gonna open this puppy up. It's come with dry, super dry, and I'm just gonna do the whole bag. This dish can actually feed up the whole family, or if you are just a single person, after you're done this dish, you can have leftover in the refrigerator for a couple days. So that was that. And then you want to put either cold water or lukewarm water. You just want to make sure it just I might use too small the container, so I'm gonna change it to something a little bit bigger. I'll just use the pot here. I'm making a lot today because the other day when it's my town, we have a snowstorm, and somehow I got stuck in the snow on the side road, and the neighbor on 2 different houses, they come out and they just help me out. So I am going to cook this dish for almost the whole neighbor, but not really, for a couple household, and I just wanted to say deeply thank you in a different way. So you basically just want to soak the water, and it's not gonna take long, you know. So and then I was just gonna put it aside. And while I'm going to tell you what else I'm using. So in this, you're gonna need a fish sauce, which is any brand you prefer. I spent $2.99 for this bun, but the one I'm going to use, I'm gonna use the one that I already opened, and it's $2.99. And you also gonna need a soy sauce. The one I'm using for this ingredient is the green cap, Golden Mountain, and I believe it's $2.49. I also, if you go and see the good deal on a grocery Asian market, and I just got a different soy sauce. This one is $3.39, which is you can use those too, you know. Or if you not cook a lot of Thai food, you can even go like the Golden Mountain with the yellow cap, and it's only $1.69, which is the same thing that you can put it in Pad Si Ew. And this one same, I just already opened it. I just wanted to show you, because to me it doesn't really matter. And Pad See Ew is named after this guy. Basically, it's like a condensed sweet soy sauce. And I already opened it. And this guy is $3.39. And that's what it looked like after open it. And this, when it's the full bottle. I think this can make a lot of stuff out of this, and the one I use is Healthy Boy brand, so it's my favorite brand. Okay, and that's pretty much oh, also you're gonna need the whatever vegetable oil you have. This time I'm using the pure canola oil. And today I went to the store and said they have a on sale with pork shoulder, the country style, and it's supposed to be $21, but I got it for $8.04. I'm not gonna use the whole pack, but I have to have some meat put it in. And you also gonna need this kind of vegetable. It's called Pak-Ka-Na, Pak-Ka-Na, or in Chinese it's called Gai-Lan, which is basically a Chinese broccoli. They're very good with Pad See Ew. And so that's pretty much main ingredient. And I also love to put eggs in Pad See Ew too. You can do it with or without eggs. And if you're a vegetarian, you don't even have to put it, or you can substitute with whatever you like to put it in, or you just skip the meat and put the eggs in, and that's fine too. It should turn out good. But you make sure you do that and you read the ingredient, because some of them I use the fish, but I don't do any of those, so I'm just full brass up with my real Thai street food taste. One dish called Pad See Ew was very well known, and yeah, let's do it. So, and that's the eggs I'm talking about. And we're just gonna start cutting a vegetable and meat first. And I'm just gonna let this noodle soaking. Okay. It doesn't really take long. It's already start softening it up. So now, because you like a lot of meat, so please adapt it as you can. Just give a little pox, a little shower, just clean it up. And you want to just, whatever the store slide it for you, that should be okay. You know, the way you slide the meat, it's just small enough to easy to chew. Or if you totally like the lean meat, I suggest you can get pork tenderloin, and that should cut nicely round and looks more lean, and it's tasty. So I like a little bit of fat in my food, and just like that. So this is the imperfect. I saw a little dark thing, so I'm just gonna slide this out. And I'm just gonna trim around the bone and use a different one. Well, I'm doing the food episode. It's not really like I'm trying to sell anything, but because the weather is not really letting me go fishing somewhere or do any filming and other stuff, and I can do more learning together with you how to tie the knots and go out and try my new knots and all that stuff. But today it's just, you know, one of those raining days, so I just have to do something filming about. So just 2 pieces of a long strip of this pork shoulder country style. It's plenty for me for pad see ew, this dish, you know, for the whole pack. And I'm just gonna set this aside. And now we move on to the vegetable. I like a lot of this Pak-Ka-Na. Or if you go to a Chinese store, you just ask them for Gai Lan, which is spelled like Gailan. I'm not Chinese, but I don't think they know what Ka-Na mean, which is like Kana, Ka-Na. So, or otherwise, just go look for something similar to this. I think I spent about $2.99 for this, but which I liked it a lot. I bought 2 bags, so the funny thing about this vegetable is you can start peeling this bark, or I don't know what they call. Sometimes it's too thick and you want a young one in the middle. That's sometimes how people peel them off, you know. But if you don't mind the fiber, which is I don't, I'm wasting my time too. So I'm just cut it just like that, chop it, and then when you can just slide it sideways like I did, or you can do it whichever way that's kind of bite size for you, for suit your own cutting style. Or if you like to have smaller pieces of this cutting, which is fine too, like you can chop it up a little bit, you know, it's depending on how you want it to. But I still have a good teeth and all that, so sometimes when I went over with visiting my family, sometimes my mom cut it this way, just like that. You can cut it that way too, if you like to, or cut it this way. So it just your own preference. So I'm gonna do a lot of chop. So I have more, I'm gonna use it all. So. So that's pretty much. And here are all the ingredients needed for this dish, pad see ew. So remember earlier we were soaking this noodle, and now it's ready. So it's soft enough, and you can tell from that whole thing, which is a lot of time people, you can use the scissor and cut it here, but I won't, because after all this soak, I'm gonna rinse the water out, and when it's in the wok, it's gonna cut it itself. It's just easily to break off anyway, so I'm not gonna worry about cutting it. So there you go. And now that's it. So this is the main 3 ingredients, and just maybe 3 or 4 eggs, and the main thing is the soy sauce, the fish sauce, and the sweet soy sauce, and this is the salty soy sauce. Okay, and just a little bit of oil. Let's do it. And do you like garlic? Okay, if you do, then I use a little garlic mint just from the store that you put in the refrigerator after you use it, and I'll show you how which one is going first in the wok. Alright, we are gonna turn on the stove and you put it on high. Then you just need the wok and spatula. So you're gonna put a little bit of oil in it. Maybe that much. A little bit more. Tool off your spatula. And then let the stove do its work. And then this is what the minced garlic I'm talking about. And I'm probably gonna use about a teaspoon like that. after that, you need some pork that you cut. Seasoning it with a little bit of soy sauce and the fish sauce. Pretty much, I would say maybe 1 teaspoon each, or a little bit more. So the salt is on high. I'm just gonna let the pork sitting in the wok for a little bit until all the pink is gone and turn to this all white. So when all the pork that pink turn out to cook, which is all color white, then you know you're ready to put the noodle in. So I'm just gonna put the whole thing that I drained the water off in the wok. And now, this is the sweet soy sauce. That this stir fry is named after this soy sauce, which is Pak-Ka-Na. So what you do, I would say you can put 2 or 3 tablespoons, but I'm not gonna measure. What I do is just basically you want your noodle color of kind of teriyaki color, and then just like that. Then the next one you like to put this vegetable, and I just gonna dump the whole thing in there. It's gonna make it look like overflow, so you can just play with it, and the vegetable will go directly, and then you just keep adding it. Rồi, chúng ta đi chấm là hộp nữa. And then when I scoop this thing up, and if I see something like that sticking on the wall, that means I need to put a little bit of oil more in it. So, and when I'm doing that, I'm just gonna add it as you feel like just that. And then at this moment, since the oil is coating on the wall, I'm just gonna start put. At this wok, I'm gonna use 4 or 5 eggs, so I'm gonna just start cracking the eggs. One, 2, 3, 4. I'll start with 4 and see how it's going. So you're gonna need a little towel to hold on one of the wok ears to have it steady for you to mix them together. And just keep pushing it down in the corner. You can start seeing it from the white noodle. It's turning to a little bit more color from the sweet soy sauce now. And I'm just gonna let it sit just like that. At this point, because I already add maybe 1 or 2 teaspoons, which is the regular spoon in the kitchen. I mean the tablespoon, excuse me. Then this time I'm just gonna have to add more to flavor the noodle, because the first when I added I flavor the meat, which is the pork shoulder. So 1, 2, 3, and then maybe 2 soy sauce, 1 and 2. So that's that. mixing it, I can just use my spatula and kind of cut the noodle too. And at this point, I like my pad see ew a little sweet, so I'm gonna add sugar, three tablespoons. While it's cooking like this, you just sprinkle on top of it. One, two, and three. So if you have a health issue or diabetic, just forget about sugar and you don't have to. pretty good now. So when the noodle look like that, which is not even, you know, from the beginning, see, it's kind of like you don't even have to cut them, it just breaks itself. So you pretty much know that this is good cooked because the egg is kind of sticking with whatever it can stick in the wok, and the pork is of course cooked. Vegetable look like that, cooked. And I'm just gonna taste a little bit more. So, because this is a very big dish, I need more salty in it. So, in this dish, I'm gonna add more fish sauce. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I don't know how many, but you just taste it as it go. But you can also add it up when you prep it, when it's all in it, you know. So, and that's pretty much your pad see ew. It's ready. It's a lot. You can have this whole thing do a potluck or feast a whole neighbor. So I'm going to take it to 2 different houses, including my house will be 3. So that's why I took a lot for this one. So now you can see that I burned a little bit too, that was good. So it keeps a little colder. But if you like more egg, you can add egg too, but you make sure you put a little oil in, okay? See, when it's thick like that, you know it's dry. Alrighty, then we'll show you how. I'm gonna turn the stove off now because it's all done. And I'm gonna show you how the street food in Thailand, when they serve you, they have a little 2 or 3 different condiments that sit on the table. And of course you can eat it as is, like this. But if you like more dry pepper, you can add it on. You like more sweet, put sugar on it. Or you like sour, there are น้ำส้มพริกดอง which is vinegar sliced with Serrano or jalapeno pickle, and you can use the pickle juice too. It's kind of similar but not exactly the same. But in a different episode, I will show you how to make น้ำส้มพริกดอง. Okay, it's pretty simple. You can also add more soy sauce in it, or add a little salt. So whatever or variable that might suit you. And I'll show you how to place this one. So, because I was doing some cutting earlier before I'm plating it, so I'm just gonna do a little wipe down, disinfection wipe with my kill 99.9 of virus and bacteria. And I usually just let the surface wet and have it dry itself. So that's how this wipe working over the wet surface. So I got to bring this to 2 different households. So that's my container. I just bought about about that much. I'm gonna give it to the neighbor. So it's from two different houses, and in the summertime, you basically just chop up the Serrano, and on a different episode I will show you how to do this pickle, and it'll last for quite some time. So what you do, you just because I don't really know what their diet is, and I just wanted to put it on the site. Then if they want to add on variable, they can. So what I'll do, I'll just use one of these zip bags, the snack side, and I'm just gonna put this condiment. Maybe that's too many. And I'm just gonna put it on top of the lid. This is two different houses. I was thinking about making egg roll too, but I didn't really prepare anything yet. Then they can have this noodle and then egg roll on the side. So that was that, and I'm pretty sure they probably have sugar at their house, and I wasn't even sure if they're gonna like this, but I'll tell them you can put a little bit of juice on it and it'll turn out good. And that's pretty much. And I'm not gonna put the lid on yet because it's still, you know, steaming out from when we were finished cooking. And I'm just gonna let it sit on the side for now. And I'm gonna try making egg roll for them. So I'm gonna need my studio station here. I'm gonna move this aside, and then I'm gonna do another episode of an egg roll. If you like to see, just look it up, okay, on my channel. And then after the egg roll done, I'm probably gonna put the lid on because that probably cool it down enough. So